Hello my friends, Boomy here once again with another video for you, my SWTOR brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing today in a galaxy far, far, far? Oh wait, what? It just takes passion. Oh wait, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for all your SWTOR fun, news, sometimes guides and updates right here, right now. My friends, I wanted to sit down with y'all. This is something that has been pondering in my brain for quite some time. And before we get to that, I just want you guys know that YouTube has changed the algorithm out a bit. So, any way you engage with these videos, with my videos, hit the like, the bell notification, definitely hit the subscribe button, watch it. It helps out quite a bit now. YouTube's trying to do this thing, get rid of clickbaity stuff and all the AI generated like cringe that's out there. So it's really affecting all us regular YouTubers as well. So make sure you interact with these videos. Thank you so much. Leave that comment down below. Friends, as I was saying, I've been having these thoughts, right? Ever since the game Expedition 33 came out by Sandfall Entertainment, ever since it came out and I started playing it, I'm 30 odd hours into it, I kept thinking in the back of my mind, why not SWTOR? And you're probably going to say, like, well, because SWTOR reasons and stuff like that. Well, here's my question, and I pose this to you. Put your comment in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you agree. Why is SWTOR the way it is? Now, we've done videos before about why we think it is the way it is. Let's take a dive and look at the contrast between two small dev groups with not a big budget and what they produce. Now, if you're not familiar with Sandfall Entertainment or Claire Obscure's Expedition 33, you should. This game came out a couple months ago, and it literally took the world by storm. People kind of knew it was coming out. They weren't quite sure, but this game just came out, and the world took notice. This game, which was said, this type of turn-based type of RPG action game that was said, like, the big AAA companies are like, this weird, people don't play that anymore. We don't need to do that. It turns out, they were wrong, as per usual. AAA gaming companies these days, at least the last 10 years, have been wrong about, well, near everything. Expedition 33 blew all expectations, selling over 1 million copies within like just a short amount of time. And the last time I saw was that over 3 million copies were sold. This game, these people are doing great, and it's because this is a small team of about 32 people, plus some contractors here and there, plus a dog. We can't forget the dog. Very important that we bring the dog into the mix. So there's 33 beans who have developed and worked on this game for the last 5 odd years. And they didn't have a big budget. Some estimates are between $20 million to $30 million to put this project and this game together. And this game came with a star-studded cast of voice actors and voice actresses who came in and gave their talent to characters in these games that myself and millions of other players have just fallen in love with. They wrote a story that takes risks, that has edge to it. It has teeth. You're not expecting a lot of the plot twists. In fact, some of them piss you off because you're like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. No spoilers, I'm not going to tell you what happens. However, I will say, a mark of a good storyteller is someone who's going to grab your heart and throw it to the ground, jump on it, then take it back up, brush it off, put it back in, and tell you that they love you. That's this type of story that's here. It takes you highs, low. You're on a freaking roller coaster ride with Expedition 33. But like I said, they had a small team. They still have a small team. They have a small budget as well. So they were kind of, there's not a lot they can do with the budget they had, but with the budget they had, they did a lot with it. And at this point, this thing is a freaking legend now. I mean, it's up for game of the year for Expedition 33. And it should be. It has an amazing and beautiful soundtrack. The composer, this is the composer of the soundtrack for this game. This is his first time ever composing music for a video game. Ever. The writer is someone I believe they got off Reddit, and she just came in and just did an amazing, marvelous job. These are people during COVID that didn't really have a lot to do and said, let's make a game. Some of these are ex-Ubisoft employees, ex-AAA employees who got bored with what they were doing in the AAA world and decided we need to start making games that we want to play and games that gamers want to play. Expedition 33 also shows you one very important thing, and this is the crux, this is the rub, and this is where Star Wars The Old Republic falls greatly. At least their game devs do. Passion. It's all about passion and a willingness to do what you actually need to do for your game. Star Wars The Old Republic, as we've known, we've seen live streams before in the last couple years, they've slowly but surely just really went downhill when it came to actual passion from the developers. Nowadays, we just get a bunch of cringe-worthy laughing here and there where they have all these inside jokes. Jackie's fanning herself with the stupid fan. Eric's over there looking like he weighs 130 pounds and he might break any moment the fan hits him. Keith just looks depressed anytime the camera goes on him, and it's just a giant giggle fest.
What's your title again?
I don't know. I'm Eric Musco, game director. I did get it right this time.
You did. I'm very proud of you.
I am too.
We have quite a stream for you all today. It's quite beefy.
While the rest of us sit back watching this, cringing out, we're not sure what the hell happened. Where did the devs go that say that they love this game, that they left BioWare to go to Broadsword because they have such a love and passion for this game? Clearly, those people are not the ones in charge. And it comes down to leadership, where with Sandful Entertainment, great leadership over there. They believed in the product, they believed in its people, and they let them do their thing. They let the game evolve and become a monster, and they didn't listen to the stupid activists and tropes out there that are currently around and dying, thankfully, that, you know, they're not trying to transfer their game for a modern audience. They're trying to make a great and amazing game. And then we have SWTOR, which we're not quite sure what type of game they're making. This game is their only passion at this point is cartel market sales. That is what they're focused on. Yes, there was a writer's strike, and I understand that, and we have to give them some grace on that. But that doesn't excuse the fact that this is a story that we have been in Legacies of Sith and with Darth Malgipoo since 2019. The actor strike doesn't even cover all of that. Yes, COVID happened and all that jazz, everything that, yeah, there are some pitfalls in here, but if Claire Expedition 33 is anything to show what you can do during COVID, during lockdowns, during those things, even World of Warcraft produced an expansion during those times. So what's your excuse, SWTOR? What's your excuse? The biggest thing outside of the lack of passion, it seems like, is they just play it safe. They play it safe with stories that they believe are currently awesome and trending, even though the main base of the player base is just like, we don't care about that. Why are you doing that? But they don't take risks anymore. See, I talked about this in a video earlier, a couple months ago, where people with certain mindsets, especially who are very like, they lean one way or the other, they're afraid to take risks. They're afraid to be edgy. They're afraid to take a step out there into the unknown because they don't want to offend anyone. You know, when you live a life of not wanting to offend people, if you live a life of the whole world's crashing down upon you, but any word I say might offend this person, I don't want to do that, you're not living your life. And that's what's happening with Star Wars The Old Republic. The dev teams are not living their lives. They're so stuck in their echo chambers. They're so stuck in the whole process of drip feeding a story that a lot of people have forgotten about and the other lot of people don't care about. They want the Republic versus Empire fight. They want that back. They want what made SWTOR great. They want to make SWTOR great again. That's what they want to do. But the devs aren't doing that. So while they're drip feeding story to us, they're charging up the bundle packages, right? The $100 get sub time, blah blah blah. And they're just flooding the cartel market with stuff because they want you to spend your cash. They want you to invest. Here is my thing. Expedition 33 cost $50. The day it released, it went on sale by 10%, and people bought a lot of it. It was only $50. It was a AA game that came out more polished than any AAA game that we've seen in the last 10 years. It was only $50. It wasn't $80, wasn't $70, wasn't $90. Star Wars: The Old Republic, however, we, you know, right now, if you want to sub, go ahead. And if you want to spend money, yeah, I guess, party on. But the true thing is, Expedition 33, you got a big return for your $50 investment. Have you gotten the big return for the investment that you've made in Star Wars: The Old Republic? Do you yearn to get into that game? Do you yearn to know where the story goes? And if you are a brand new player, yeah, you probably do, and you should. There's great story in here. But as veteran players, the main core base of this game, who literally keep it alive, we're out there wondering, why doesn't this crew take the same steps and direction as, like, Claire Obscura, Expedition 33, or these other AA gaming companies? Why don't they take that? Where is their passion? Where is their actual love for the game? Where is it? We want to know. It's that lack of passion. It's that lack of, one could argue, competence that's going to kill this game. People are still leaving this. Yes, there's new people coming in, but there are more leaving than people coming in. That is not going to sustain the game. What SWTOR needs to do is they need to take a step back and ask themselves, why are we making this game? Do we have the passion for it? Or, in fact, EA needs to take a stand back, and Broadsword leadership needs to take a stand back and go, this game has potential, but the leadership and those running it right now are just destroying the potential. And yes, EA is very good at taking a game with great potential and throwing it down the toilet. We're all quite aware of that. But at the same time, SWTOR still makes some money. I would say, in a perfect world, you get rid of the leadership. Get rid of them. Get rid of the writing staff. Get rid of Keith. Get rid of Eric. Get rid of Jackie. Bring in people with not just a passion for Star Wars, not just a passion for Star Wars: The Old Republic, but they want to go in. They want to write grittier stories. They want to take that risk. They want to put and infuse their passion into the game. That's what we need. We need a community manager and a team of community managers who actually want to be a part of the community. That actually want to take criticism from the community and also take all the positives that the community has to say. We need someone who's actually going to be a sounding board and the voice for its community. Right now, we don't have that. We do not have that without a doubt. There's no way anyone could ever tell me that that is something we do have, because I have worked with these people before and I follow them closely. And let me tell you, they are the main reason this game is dying. 100%. So in all this, I just wanted to show that what happens when you have two similar sized teams with, one could argue, similar sized budgets, and two different outcomes occur. One has passion, one lacks the passion. And you're seeing what is happening. You have all these AA games coming out there doing gangbusters because the devs have passion, they have that yearning, they have that burning to make a great and incredible game. And we don't see that at all. We just get pew, pew, pew and other cringeworthy crap from the dev team over there at Star Wars: The Old Republic. Not all the devs, not the ones we don't see, but the ones we do see, we're kind of like, oh, what is happening right now? Change needs to happen, because if there is no change, this game dies. But hey, my friends, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about all this? Have you played Expedition 33? Let me know your thoughts on that. Where do you think we are on this? How do you think we measure up? What can the team do differently? And what are your thoughts? Just keep the conversation going on down there, my friends. Make sure you hit that like button, the share button, and that bell notification button, my friends. And hey, do you want to have videos early access to videos? Become a member to the channel. Yes, you'll get yourself a monthly podcast and maybe some more stuff as well as time goes on. You might have to do it just to find out. Either way, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Become part of the family here at Boomy Nation, the freak show YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, remember to be kind. It's about community. And don't forget to spay and neuter your Wookiees. We'll see you later, my friends. Good day.